Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to the Pioneer Party. We are, of course, playing Panzer Corps 2, and we are in Dijon, or the outskirts of Dijon, making our way through Dijon and onwards to Paris. Our forces will be deploying here in the north. We've taken Luxembourg, we've pushed through Sedan, we've taken out Dunkirk in the far north, and we are now basically pushing south. We have got 20 turns. So this is unfortunately going to be a bit more of a blitzy game than we have done in the past. And we need to take out Besançon, Dijon, Troyes probably, Chaumont, Colmar, thankfully not, Metz, which is going to be a problem, Verdun, and Rheims. I'm sure nothing bad has ever happened at Verdun before. But I think Metz is going to be the challenging one because it's going to be just behind Maginot. We can see that Maginot is this incredibly fortified area. So I don't particularly want to tangle with them too hard. This game was saying that we most likely want to be using bridging soldiers. Where are they? That's chat. That's the unit list. Oh, here they are. Did we buy any in the end? I don't. Oh no, maybe we did. Yeah, Brücken Pioneer, these guys. So we're probably going to need to deploy in effectively two different segments. One, I think, is going to attack through here, then one is going to attack through here. It actually looks like these guys might be less defended, but of course if we punch through here, then we're going to be in a closer proximity to this river, which we'll also need to punch through, and we will also be just further away from some of these bits. So I think the main thrust needs to come through the center, so I'm thinking maybe the Pioneers, or the Brücken Pioneer are going to attack here, and then maybe we'll just have like an infantry attack coming this way. Let's take a quick look at what units they have. They've got some artillery there, AA over here, artillery here, that's an AT, that's an AT, and then of course two tanks. What are they? They are Renault R35s. AMC 35. I wasn't too impressed by the AMCs, so I feel like I'm going to be able to do a bit more to them. I just take the RAM hit from Chrome. 1 to 2 gigabytes isn't too bad. 1 to 2 gigabytes I can handle, but 4 gigabytes? That was a little bit excessive, and it was just running with 4. But also, I do tend to run with a lot of tabs. Verdun is going to be a pain. I think what we're effectively going to need to do is cross here, go down this road, and then hit Verdun from the south. Because there's no way I want to go through the swamps. The swamps basically reduce your movement to 1. I kind of feel like I'm going to want a second Pioneer. They do only cost 1 movement. Sorry, 1 slot. I do feel like 2 Pioneers are going to be very useful. Gonna want to keep both of my regular Pioneers. We could potentially get rid of one of the tanks. We could get rid of the anti-tank. And set it to reserve for this. Although I have a feeling that extra mobility is going to be really helpful. I want to keep the A to cover my artillery because they do tend to get bombed pretty heavily. We could get rid of one of the grenadiers. I think that's what we're going to have to do. We'll have to drop Coach Duke. And that's actually going to free up a bunch of slots. Hold on. Let's get another Brücken Pioneer with mechanized, which we can purchase. Yeah, see, that's really cheap. And we will need to give them a name as well. Let's see if I still have the naming sheet up. I'm pretty sure I do. I do. So this is going to be Bubba. Bubba J. Then we have 2 slots left. We still have some prestige, but we will be earning prestige as the battle goes on. So I think I'm going to hold off, and then we'll just buy in something a little bit afterwards and see precisely what we need at that point. I think that's going to be the best way to do this. So we're going to do 1 Brücken Pioneer here. We're going to do a second Brooklyn Pioneer here. Wait. Oh no, that's right. Then supporting each of those is going to be one of the tanks. We'll start a tank here. We'll start a tank here. And we'll put this one kind of in the center. We're going to want recon, which I think I can put on kind of the flanks. Something like so. Artillery can go just behind the infantry line. AA. Actually, let's bring the artillery a little bit closer. So Riem is going to be the first place that we hit. So I would quite like Riem to be in a position to be bombarded from the start. So if we put the AA there, and then put you here, then Riem is in range for both of our artillery, and it's going to be covered by the AA. That's better. AT, I think I'm going to stick right there. Then I'm going to put the tanks behind the Brooklyn Pioneer. Huzzah! Something like this. Then my regular Pioneer are going to be congregated something like so, because they are going to be needed for Riem. Then I'm going to put one unit of infantry over on the far flank, one infantry supporting them, and then one infantry covering my right flank. Okay, strategic bomber is going to start there. Fighters are going to be there and there. Attack bomber. Attack bomber. Sorry, not tactical bombers. Those are fighter bombers. That's a tactical bomber. And then we'll put another fighter bomber there. Okay, so that is our entire force deployed. $94th Min, thank you very much for the resubscription, coming in with a 21 resubscription. That is incredible. 21 months, wunderbar. Always a pleasure watching the streams, and thank you for the 21 months of entertainment. Huzzah! Thank you very much for that 94th Min, really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I think that deployment is done. So let's throw in a quick save. Whoops, that's not a save, that's a save. And we'll call you _1. And then deployment done. Alright, so I think we want to hit Riem with the artillery first of all. Or maybe the strategic bomber. Let's hit it with the strat bomber. Doing a bunch of suppression, which is lovely. Then I think we're going to hit it with the artillery. So Riem is now 9 suppressed, so it should be relatively easy to attack. Let's send in the Brooklyn Pioneer. Which you are. Let's stick you here. Then the tank can come across there. Tank can come across there. Recon can come in over here. We'll send you to there. Pioneer can move up. I think I'm going to start hitting their tanks with tactical bombers. AMC was the one I wasn't impressed by, so let's hit the Renault with 1. And use a fighter bomber to hit that artillery. We'll be supported by the AA, but so it goes. We've done some damage at least. Then let's use this one against you, which is not being supported. And actually did a ton of damage there. And let's hit the anti-tank gun. That was a nice hit as well. Cool. That tank is almost dead already. It's only got 2 health. Cool. Okay, so fighters. I think the fighters are basically just going to be deployed to protect the aircraft that we have. So we'll put one there. We'll put one there. Okay. Let's begin some assaults, shall we? That's the Panzer... Oh, no, that was a Pioneer. Whoops. That's the crossing dude. Damn. Yeah, it was. Alright. We can't actually seem to cross... I'll do 2. Yes, I can. Okay, that's better. Let's bring you here and have you attack him. Try and push that AT away if we can. Then we'll get you, which are Brook and Pioneer, to move here. Fortunately, none of these guys are able to make use of that fact. So let's bring you up, and I think that you're going to be able to attack Reem. And push them out. Now, do we have anyone that can move in straight away? No. Unfortunately. Oh, yes we do. Perfect. Okay, so Reem has fallen. We've gained a bunch of prestige for that as well. Now, let's move some of these guys up. You're going to be fighting him. I don't really want you dealing with that river crossing. I think I'm going to move you just a tad closer. And then hopefully we'll be able to cross the bridge that these guys are building me. Do we actually need to build a bridge? Because from what I understood is I just need to stand here. Acts as a bridge when positioned on a river. So why can't these guys move faster? I don't think that bridge is working properly. I can move across and attack the tanks. Yeah, I can attack here, but I was expecting to cross through here. Zone of control? Oh, possibly. I think I'm going to move here and hit him. Though this AT will be supporting, but so it goes. Oof. Okay, that was kind of painful. Probably not worth it. Then... No, I'm going to leave that recon where he is. And we're going to move you forwards a touch. And then that tank stays where he is. Alright, cool. Sorry, I missed the question. What was it? Hey Mordred, the option to resubscribe with Amazon Prime is not available, so I was reading about it. You earn half the subscription. Okay, so if you have Amazon Prime, then you can subscribe for free to any one Twitch streamer, which is the Twitch Prime subscription. You should have that available, though, if you haven't used it already. You can also subscribe on Twitch, in which case I get half of it. So if it's a $5 subscription, I get $2.50. Amazon gets $2.50. If it's a Twitch Prime, I get all of it. So the regular subscription, I get half, they get half. And then the best option is probably Patreon, if you're going to be paying, because I then get about 95% of whatever you do on Patreon, and Patreon takes 5%. So obviously if you're on Twitch subscription, then you get all the perks in chat, which Patreon you wouldn't get. But patrons I do tend to prioritize when it comes to names and things like that. And if you have a high enough level on Patreon, then you would get like your name in the post video credits over on YouTube, for example. So hopefully that answers. Maybe he has to wait a turn after the bridge first reaches the river. Maybe. In which case, just moving up to it and then moving across next turn is exactly the same thing. In which case it seems a little bit eh. Oh, you could attack. No, that's a bad idea. You could attack, but you would take huge amounts of damage, but then so would they. That AT is likely to do a number on the tanks that I have over here. Though those tanks are, quite frankly, going to either go down here or try to charge down this way. This might actually be worth it. No. We can do more damage just by bombarding. Speaking of bombarding, we should move the artillery forwards as well. As they did have the option. You could attack this. That probably is worth it. I know it's attacking AT with tanks, but I want to do the damage to them. Okay, I think that's good enough. We could buy some units, and while we're this close to our headquarters, I probably want to do that. So here's the question. I have 2 slots to use. Two slots would be another strap bomber. Which on this map might actually be useful, because we are probably going to be hitting multiple different towns per turn. I'm going to wait a turn. I want to see what they have. If they have a lot of planes, then I'll get some more fighters. Yeah, because I'm standing on the, on the river, we're going to get blasted. Oops, so are they. What was that? AA? Okay, their AT is not actually very good. And to answer that question, no, they don't have very many planes. At all. So I would say the first thing that I should probably do is go after the planes that they do have in the air. That does seem to be a pretty good standard opening. So let's fly over to here. And I'll also get a bit of a look around Verdun. So I have a lot of artillery over. One plane down. Now, did they have any others? No. And what was the weird unit that they attacked me with? This was an AA gun. They attacked my tank with AA. Interesting. No, they attacked my tank destroyer with AA. Alright. Okay, so the next thing which I think I should do is I'm going to use my tactical bomber to hit their AT. Especially if I can force them back. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. And then the strategic bomber could actually start hitting Verdun. If I can take Verdun out early, then I would actually have a different opening to Metz. I wasn't really expecting to be able to attack him this way. It's gonna be difficult still. No, I think I need to continue pushing south, so I need to get eyes on this. So we still have a couple of planes which could move. You can hit him or him. Let's hit that. And in fact, we could strategic bomb that. Am I going to need to? Possibly. Alright, that was some good movement. That AA is going to be very annoying. And there's not a huge amount I can do about it right now. Which aircraft has not moved? You haven't. That's not going to help. I think I've got to do something about this AT. Actually, you can do that. Perfection. Excellent. Okay, now the way is really open. You hit them. You can hit them really hard. Okay, now we're pushing a gap. I feel like I should probably let my anti-tank recover, seeing as he's lost half of his health already. Okay, so we pushed you back, we can move you up. This tank is still not able to cross. Oh, because the bridge is pushed back. Fine. I kill their recon? No, he's already moved. Okay. There is a plane over one of my tanks. Oh yeah, no, that's one of mine. These are my tanks. I'm not seeing any enemy aircraft over here. Oh, there's one. Yeah, okay, they did. Well... You have a range of 3? Wow, that's huge. Cool! Which planes are still available? You are. Definitely want to have you have a crack at them. And this guy already moved. Apparently didn't bomb, though. Bring you in to provide some assistance. Move you a bit further south. Oh, they surrendered. Phenomenal. Okay, so we've taken both of those towns. We now control the far left side of this map. And I'm guessing that probably just this group could be enough to continue pushing. Alright, so who hasn't moved? This recon hasn't. Let's move you down here just so we can have a bit of an idea what's down there. We can take this airbase, which would be very useful going after Troyes. Troyes? Pretty sure that is Troyes. Funny how Dana shows up when we're talking about beer. I would say that's just good timing. Hey Mordred, did the Ottomans get any updates for Kaiserreich recently? Don't think so. Alright, it is time to deal with some of this artillery. Problem is, I'm not entirely sure how. I mean, what I could do is move here and destroy that artillery. At least then I would take less damage. Let's do that. Destroyed. Good. And then let's get these pioneers across. Not going to attack the tank, because I don't really want to take the extra damage. And then you can move up to here again. Actually, all of you could attack. Actually, no, don't want to move you. I want you to replenish. Because, wow, you took a lot of damage. You could actually do a fair amount of damage to him, so go ahead. Alright. Tank, can't shoot, can't shoot. Can't shoot. He's already moved. You can't shoot. And then all the planes have moved, except for the strap bomber. Here we go. Could probably do some more damage to some of these guys. Like, I can do a ton of damage to their artillery. Unfortunately, that AA is covering basically everything down there. I think I might hit Verdun. If I see the way open to attack Verdun, I would like to. Or I could just fly here and hope that they don't have AA. Let's do that instead. Because this I can definitely attack next turn. And it is another bridge crossing. Okay. So they've still got a couple of planes in the sky. Uh-oh. Okay, 1 damage. Oh, you were in range. Bugger. Tank sitting in the middle of the river. That seems to me like a bad idea. Okay. I can work with this. So, the danger here is this guy. He's not very strong, so if I can attack him with something, then that would be really good. Let's move you there. Huzzah! How do I tell you to attack something on the ground? Not sure. The other thing is I could bomb the tank, and I think that's probably a good idea. Although, bombing you would do 4 damage, bombing you would do 6. I would just straight up kill you. Alright. Bye. Dr. Totem Wolf, thank you very much for the 7-month resubscription. Really do appreciate that ongoing support as well. Thank you very much for that. I thought Asterix was French. No, Belgian. Oh wait, no, Tintin's Belgian. Asterix is French. Although I think that Asterix might have been written by a Frenchman. Sorry, Belgian. Who wrote Asterix? Asterix. Asterix and Obelix. That series has some of the best names ever developed. One of the Druid Getafix. Dogmatics. I love the names in that. They're so good. Okay, so, I don't want my pioneers fighting just regular battles. They should be reserved for the town attacks. I feel like one of my tanks is going to be in a position to go after you if I push you away. So I think that's going to... Oh, actually, let's go kill their planes first of all. Where are their aircraft? There's one down here. There's one over here. What are you? You're a fighter. You're a tactical bomber. So let's go after their tactical bombers with our fighters. Because they are the ones which are the most dangerous. Because they can do the most damage to my land units. One down. And then we'll use these guys to go after you. Just to do some damage. And then we have our tactical bomber, which already killed something. Alright, so it's only going to be the strategic bomber next.